Describe the philosophy of education.
My philosophy of education will consist of all the things that I would see myself doing in the classroom. It will be a curriculum that's more geared toward group work for students. I believe that's a fine way for them to practice collaborating with others, which is a 21st century skill. I would also have students teach the class certain concepts or lessons that we're going over. For example, if we're doing a reading, in your group, you would stand up in front of the class and perhaps share with the class what you took away from that lesson or concept.
Share a personal idea of a successful classroom management plan.
A successful classroom management plan. Well, number one, I think that in order for classroom management to be in order, we need rules. And I personally would enjoy coming up or creating a list of rules with my students. Therefore, we're all on the same page. Students will know and understand all of those rules and expectations on the very first day of class. We'd actually come up with those rules together, no more than 5, and we would put them on posters. We can decorate them and hang them up on the walls so that those rules are always displayed. Okay, and there'll be some order. They'll know exactly what subject we're going to next after lunch or before lunch. There'll be knowledge on what I expect when you first enter the classroom. All that information is on display on all of the walls in the classroom.
Explain which model of teaching the school should implement and why.
Okay. Well, honestly, I do like the flipped classroom setting, only because students are able to go home. They'll take the information home. They'll go over the information, whether it's through technology or book work, and they'll work by themselves. And the classroom is mainly used for practicing. And if they have any questions, they are to write those questions down while they're at home and bring the questions into the classroom. And as a class or individually, we can go over any issues that they might have faced. I don't have anything against the traditional classroom setting, but it will be used rarely.
Identify the role students play in the learning process.
Number 1, participating in all assignments. They would also have to participate in all group activities, any of the lessons. Number 1, that's the biggest role, and I believe that's the biggest thing because they are actually taking responsibility for their own learning, turning in all homework assignments as well. And also important is keeping their parents updated on their progression in class, whether or not they're understanding the information that's being passed on to them in the classroom. Their parents should know about it, and their parents should they can even reach out to me as well. But those are just some of the roles they will play.
Share your thoughts on what building an inclusive professional learning community means.
Okay, well, number 1, I do think that it's very, very important that all teachers or educators do find themselves participating in some type of community where they can share goals and visions when it comes down to student learning, seeing as though the real commitment and goal is to the students and how they are learning. It's important that all teachers find some type of system, some type of group that has that same goal so that they can share activities, they can share their thoughts and opinions about how one teacher is doing something. I think all of those things are very helpful for teachers to continue to learn and also enhance their professional skills.
Describe what one could expect to see if he or she entered your classroom during the school day.
During the school day, honestly, in my classroom, you definitely see groups of 3 or 4 throughout the classroom. I'd say in about a 25 count class, no more than 5 students per group. But like I said, I am big on group work, so students would have assigned seats, but they would definitely be in groups. Perhaps I would be walking around the classroom all the time, and that's basically as I see hands go up, when I'm doing my one-on-ones with students and all of that, just to make sure that my students and I are all on the same page.
Thank you.
You're welcome.